Okay, guys, so you were at home trying to do this lesson, and we wanted you to practice watching your teachers on video and doing your lesson from home. And so here we go. Today we're doing a basic division lesson. We've started multiplication, and we have already been seeing how division and multiplication are very closely related. They are the opposites of each other. And knowing how to do one is going to help you know how to do the other and vice versa. Okay, so today we are just going to go back over some very basic things about division that you probably learned in 3rd grade. You might have remembered them, you might not, but hopefully this will help us get a good foundation before we step into some bigger division in a few more days and weeks. Okay, so when we have a division problem, let me get rid of that. When we have a division problem, it typically looks something like this, at least right now. This is probably what they have looked like so far, with this division symbol in between your numbers that you're dividing. Later on, we're going to learn, even today, you're going to see a different symbol that stands for division, and we'll start using that in another few weeks and days and weeks as well. So when we have that, okay, one way to think of this is with multiplication. Another way to think of this is with making groups. And so I'm going to show you a couple of different strategies that you can use today on your work. You may choose one of those that works best for you to complete your assignments today. So let's get started with that. One of the most basic ways to do division is to make groups, equal groups. Make sure you hear that word equal. The groups have to be the same size. Okay, so what we have is 25, and we're going to divide that by 5. We're going to put it into 5 equal groups. So let's make 25 dots. Some people draw shapes, some people draw dots. It really doesn't matter what you choose, but we need 25 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got 4 rows. I need one more. So I've got 25 dots right here, and I'm going to put them into groups of 5. Some people might say into 5 groups. It can work both ways at times. So here we go. Here's a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a group of 5. Here's a group of 5. Here's a group of 5 and another one. And so our answer would be, how many groups of 5? How many times can we get a group of 5 out of 25? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. The better you get at division, you'll understand how these are fact families, just like in multiplication, where you might have asked yourself, 5 times what equals 25? 5 times what equals 25? And that would have also given you 5. Okay, that's another way to think of it. So this is one strategy. Another strategy is to think of your multiplication facts. Again, multiplication and division are very closely related. So I might have said, okay, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Because what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get as close to 25 as I possibly can without getting bigger than 25. So I'm getting bigger, but I'm not big enough. I've got a ways to go before 25. So let's keep going. 5 times 3 equals 15. See, that's one group of 5. 2 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5. 4 groups of 5 would look like this. Oh, wow, I'm getting closer. But because I know my fact family so well, I know that I can get a little bit closer than that. So 5 groups of 5 is going to equal exactly 25. Okay, so that I know 5 groups of 5 is going to be my answer to 25 divided by 5 is equal to 5. Okay, so that's one example, one problem, but worked in 2 different ways. You've got your strategy of drawing groups, drawing what you're dividing up, and circling groups. Then you've got your strategy of looking at your multiplication facts. Okay? All right, so what if we had another problem? Let's put another example. We're going to show those 2 strategies again. But our problem this time is 32. Let me make sure I'm writing that down right. 32 divided by 7. Okay, and so we're wanting to know what that will equal. We have 32. We are going to see how many groups of 7 we can get out of 32. So my first strategy is I'm going to draw 32. 4, 5, 6, 7. If I know that I'm going to make groups of 7, sometimes I'm going to make it easy to make groups of 7. So I put 7 dots there so that when I start circling groups, it's very quick for me to find 7. Here's another group of 7. It's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And because I've already started putting them sort of in groups of 7, I'm starting to see something here that's a little different. So I know that I want to circle groups of 7. So I know I put 7 across there, so that's one group of 7. 2 groups of 7. 3 groups of 7. 4 groups of 7. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. I have leftovers. Okay, in division, when we don't have enough to make a whole nother group of what we're dividing by, we call that a remainder. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. That's part of my answer. But there's another part of my answer. I can't just ignore this. I can't just forget this is here. I have to include this in my answer. So I have a remainder. That's the letter R. You can make it capital or lowercase. That stands for remainder, which means it's left over. And I have 4 that are left over. So my answer is 4, remainder 4. Okay, if you chose to do multiplication facts, then we are going to try to get as close to 32 as we can with groups of 7. With our 7s, our multiplication facts with 7, without going over. So we've got 7 times 1 is 7. That's one group of 7. 7 times 2. 2 groups of 7. 7 times 3. 3 groups of 7. 7 times 4. Okay, and 7 times 5. Okay, whoa. Now, Miss Wendy just said a minute ago, I want to get as close as I can, but I don't want to go over the number. My number is 32. And I got all the way to 35, so I know this one's too big. But look here, 28. 28 is too small. I'm going to draw my line right there. This one, too big. Okay, this one is not really enough, but it's as big as I can get. I want to go as big as I can without going over. So I know I've got 4 groups of 7, but I can't just leave it at that because I didn't get all the way to 32. So I'm going to need to count up to 32 to see what my leftovers are. I would start with 29. 29, 30, 31, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be my remainder. So again, I would get 4, remainder 4 for my answer. Okay. This one with remainders might be a little bit more of a struggle just because I don't see the remainder. Here I see my remainder. Here I don't see it as easy and I have to count up to it. Okay. So these are two strategies when we're first starting off with division that we can use to solve our division problems. I want you to watch the other little video that I have attached to our assignment, to our lesson today. It is by Math Antics, and they do a very good job of explaining basic beginning division. It's about 10 minutes long, so watch that before you start our worksheet. You got this worksheet right here in class from me yesterday. It is front and back. Okay. I want you to do your best. If you have lost this, then you need to look at the worksheet that we have put with the assignment. You can't write on it this time on the computer. But what you can do is copy these problems onto your own paper and then work them out. But if you have your worksheet like you should, work this out. I do want you to bring this back to school on Monday, all finished. Okay? And then once you have practiced, I want you to go back to Google Classroom to our assignment today and find the exit ticket and answer the questions on the exit ticket and make sure you submit them correctly and turn it in. Okay? I know you're going to do a fantastic job. You guys do a great job in class. I know you can do this at home as well. So enjoy your day, but work really hard and let that brain grow, grow, grow. All right, see you guys on Monday.